Hello and welcome back, it's me, Red. So, we'll start this video and we are playing today as Julius Caesar. So, setting up our artillery on the corner as we normally do. We will eventually set up some spikes left and the right. Keeping our infantry in the middle just in case we do get charged by anybody like cavalry, infantry, yada yada yada. So, set up our artillery. We target the middle originally, but we realise we can't actually reach them yet. But then we realise we can reach them, so we start targeting them. And there comes the first volleys, and we do absolutely jap squat to them. They then run out of range, and guess what? We don't do any damage. So great start to the battle. At this point, I misclick. I actually click them to fire at these. Instead of firing at them, they decide to move, and then I realise they're moving, so I order them back onto here, and I start targeting the horses which have just passed here. So as you can see, the horses are now up. We can now see the horses, so we are now starting to target them, as well as this slinger unit, and then we see this cavalry unit come behind. I do actually notice this cavalry unit. As you can see, I am starting to target them now. So I noticed this cavalry unit, and this is where then I start setting up spikes. So I set up the spikes with the infantry just in front of me. This could have done with being smudging a little bit more to the left, but for now it's not too. It's okay just to deter the enemy anyway. It's not the end of the world. So we can now tell that the cavalry unit is no longer in there, so I prepare my infantry unit. So I move them a little bit closer to them and I prepare them. So now I target them, and we do get some okay volleys into them. We've got another sword unit coming down as well, and I was trying to focus them with this unit. I was trying to see if I could javelin them as well, but they were just too far away. But I then get a shot back into them again, but they just too fast for me to get a decent shot at them, and they run around the corner. So instead I start targeting elsewhere. Now in the middle, let's move along. So start targeting this cavalry unit in the middle now, and we get a decent volley on them to start with, just over their heads. We get some at the back that was trailing, which is it wasn't a bad volley. They get a good charge into this cavalry unit, one of them anyway, and they're now getting targeted by these slingers as well as I'm still targeting them. We should get a volley coming in. There it is. So not too bad. We do substantial damage to this unit, so we're doing not too bad overall. This cavalry unit I do notice, and I am a little bit wary of as well. Excuse me. God, I think I'm gonna sneeze. God. Start targeting these units in here, because I can reach over the buildings anyway. So I start targeting these units. Obviously now I can see the cavalry getting slightly closer. I set up my spikes on either side now, and the cavalry is about to come in, so I am targeting them. Do absolutely tons of damage to them there. The infantry unit's ready. I get my javelin throw off. This unit comes in, deters them away a little bit, and I am wary that they are here now. So we just keep on targeting them as much as we can. We go back and forth. We're now targeting back over here with the infantry, because we can fire down this road and hopefully get them. He has a good charge in the back of that archer unit there, but we can get a good attack down this road. So this unit, we can see this unit. There we go. We could hit this unit still with our artillery. I start targeting this sword unit, but again, absolute substantial amount of damage done there because it's in a straight line. So we start targeting them. At this point, the cavalry is now engaged, which I didn't realise at this moment in time, but I do eventually realise, and then I click my my infantry to start targeting them, and there we go, there it is, and they do kill them quite quickly. This unit decides to want to run away, but I do re-click them onto the catapult eventually, and there we go. This unit's now engaged and we've wiped them off. Literally that quick. So this unit's now, I've run them round and they re-engage, they re-get on their catapult, and then we start targeting down the road again, just to try and cause enough damage to this sword unit, which is a Retentus, which I think's a premium. I think that's a premium unit. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, we target down the road originally, but then I was wary about this cavalry again. But yeah, they don't do anything. They don't get close enough. And we're now targeting in here against this sword unit because they're just sitting there. But the problem is I can't get enough. The boulders won't drop enough. That's the only problem. And they're too close to the building for me to actually do anything to them. Otherwise, I would cause absolute mass carnage in here. But I just can't get the rounds to drop fast enough, basically. Well, I'm waiting for them because they eventually will head down the road. That's what my thought was at the time. They'll head down the road. Let's speed it up a sec. There it is. So I switched to firing explosive shot, at which point I then noticed the infantry behind me, which is obviously not good for me. So the explosive shot just to cause as much damage as I can to this unit as possible, and potentially obviously the fire can cause obviously a lot of damage as well. So then I switch to this unit here, run out of explosive shot at this point, and we start targeting this unit. I'm not entirely sure what they were doing. They probably should have attacked me, but they don't, so I start targeting them anyway. They now start to try and cap, but I can just about get shots on them from wherever they go, because they don't hide behind the building. Not only that is the fact that this player's here, and now I'm sending down my infantry unit as well to take care of them, or to try and help take care of them, because I don't want them to cap my base. So yeah, I start performing friendly fire there because I'm actually firing at this unit. I'm not entirely sure, like I say, why they I'm not sure why they just sit there, but I do a lot of damage to them. I'm sending this infantry unit through to help out with this unit. Well, yeah, they won't be able to cap this out, because there's too many of us defending. So we charge in here anyway. We form the formation, and to be honest, we don't actually, we do win this engagement, but it's not as good as I would have thought it would have been. In terms of artillery, we start firing this pike unit. We eventually, whenever I decide to click it, we do fire into this eventually. But they're sending up a spear unit to take care of me as well, but they rout because of low morale. Again, see, so here they get the upper hand initially, but then for some reason, they get the upper hand. I have no idea why. But then we start eventually forming it back, and we do then eventually get the upper hand on this barbarian unit and start taking them down. Not like I say, I'm not entirely sure why they were kicking my ass originally, because essentially that's what they were kicking my ass. So again, there we go. As you can see, I'm firing into them again, just to basically prevent them from capping, because at the moment the enemy team is also preventing us from capping. We have got more players, we've got more than them on the field though, so they will get destroyed eventually, as will these. So as you can see here, we lose substantially, but we do eventually end up winning overall. So we run after them down here because we don't want them to get away. And there it is again. We do catch them, kill a couple more, and we'll just keep running after them. This unit gets surrounded by these three swords. These swords are pretty damaged. I mean, this guy could have gone in phalanx, to be honest, and he probably would have done okay. But he ends up getting routed. And we head over as well, just to get into the back of this sword unit so that he can't cause damage to mine. In terms of our artillery, my thinking was, let's get them up here, see if I can set them up again. But then I think, actually then, just run down here, see if I can get them set up here, because if they are able to get set up, I can fire straight into them here on this point. So I'm the only sword unit left, but at this point there's no enemies really defending their base. There's only me defending mine, and we've got everyone capping. So we do eventually win by cap. Tick, 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 and there it is. Bosh. So we end up winning due to the cap. In that situation, I don't mind capping out because that was a good situation for us, and the fact that we'd already played like 12 minutes of the game, pretty much. So in situations like that, I don't mind capping out. It's when people cap out in the first like minute of the game, or first like pretty much the first 5 minutes of the game. Them type of games frustrate me, as you can see. 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. These are all caps. They are all cap games. 5 minutes. That one we just lost because the enemy team was just better. But it was a good game overall. It was a good game. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. So yeah. That was Julius Caesar anyway. Julius Caesar. In terms of him, his progression, he has 1,899. We unlocked the new frame. We're now heading towards the Babylonian calculus table, and then we'll end up getting the fails calculus table. We already have the heavy boulders unlocked. We just need to unlock these two to be able to get it. And then we'll be able to get the onagers, which are slightly more powerful catapults. Then they lead on to the heavy onagers, which get to really, really big ones. But then that's tier 6, and they are absolutely humongous. And they have a lot of upgrades. But yeah, we want to try and head towards the ballistas. They're the one we want to have. They're a lot more accurate and do a lot more damage because they fire a bolt rather than a boulder. The bolt will cause a lot more damage than the boulders do. And as you can see, they are absolutely humongous in comparison to what we're using now, the catapult. So yeah. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the videos, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.